Hello and welcome to a new section called Reverse Connection Shells, used for penetrating firewalls. Firewall problem. You will have noticed from the previous threads that it is the server which waits for connections from the client. This is all well provided the server is reachable, but what happens if the server is residing behind a firewall or behind a router modem? In such a case, you will not be able to connect to the server. So this is a typical example where we have a firewall or a router modem that sits in between the server and the client on the internet. The server can go out to the internet, no problem, because a firewall normally will allow that. But other machines on the internet will not be able to go through the firewall or the router in order to reach the server. So this is a problem. So if you have a rat which is already being installed on the server, probably through a phishing attack where you trick the user to download something through email or from a website, and you have successfully installed it on the server, rat server, then you will find that you are unable to connect to it because it is behind this router or the firewall. So how do we solve this problem? We can use something called reverse connection. So this is an architecture of a reverse connection rat. So the simple solution to that is you let the server initiate the connection to the client. So you can use this method because the firewall will not block the server which is trying to go out to the internet. So for example, if you can make the client become a hybrid client, that is a client which has a listening port, so that the server can connect to it. So in this case, it will be able to penetrate the firewall or the router modem to reach out to the internet. So in order for this to work, we must have a loop server which periodically tries to reach the client, because there is nobody there who will be clicking a button or issuing a command to connect. Because remember, the server rat is invisible, it is hidden. So you need to have a system which periodically connects to the client. So this method is called polling method, P-O-L-L-I-N-G, polling. So polling means that every few interval of time, maybe you can, for experimentation, we can set every 5 seconds, the server will check to see if it has already got a connection. If it has not got a connection to the client, then it will try to reach out and connect. If the client is not up, it waits another 5 seconds and then tries again. So this goes on and on. So this is called polling. Polling means every few interval of time, you reach out to your target machine to try to get a connection. So this is the design consideration we have to take into account. So in this kind of system, we need to have two projects here. We need to build a server, a rat server, and at the same time, we also need to build a client. Because in the previous lessons up to now, our client was a telnet program. A telnet program is a client which is not able to listen on the port. So we need to create our own client that is able to listen on the port. So in the upcoming few lessons, we have to build two projects, the server project and the client project. So that's how we are going to go about this in this section. So that is all for the conceptual explanation of our new design of a reverse connection rat. So I will see you in the upcoming lessons where we will be implementing this architecture. That's all. Thank you for watching. See you then.